We're on your side tonight talking about an awful crime flying under the radar, human trafficking. It's tonight's cover story. It's been coined as modern-day slavery, and it often happens right in front of us. North Carolina, in fact, ranked 9th in the nation for the highest rate of human trafficking cases, and Charlotte, in particular, is a hotspot. According to CMPD, there has been a 77% increase in cases since last year. It's also a problem across the state line in South Carolina. According to SLED, there were 357 cases opened last year with nearly 500 potential victims, most minors. And the counties with the most cases, Greenville and Horry tied for number 1. Charleston was ranked 2nd, followed by Richland, and Spartanburg tied for 3rd. And the South overall is a dangerous place for human trafficking, and that's the key finding from a new FBI report tonight. The agency's Uniform Crime Reporting Program collected data from 2013 to 2022, so a 10-year period here. And during that time, more than 8,700 incidents involving human trafficking reported. More than half reported here in the South. Tonight, we're breaking down the data and why the FBI is encouraging you to be vigilant.
In the South, we're seeing it because there's a concentration of focus here by the FBI and others of looking for it and acknowledging it's here. You also got the factors of the world's busiest airport, good weather, people want to come here, crime follows.
Human trafficking is a problem that reaches every corner of the globe, including the Carolinas. Last week, 2 families from York County filed a lawsuit against the rideshare company Uber after a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old girl were picked up by a driver.
Their parents did not know, and their parents were not with them. The girls told the Uber driver that they were underage, and still he drove them an hour away across state lines to a child rapist's house in North Carolina.
The man confessed to raping one of the girls and is being held in jail. In a statement sent to WBTV, Uber says they, quote, take our role helping to combat human trafficking seriously and have spent years investing in prevention efforts. The rideshare company says their policy is if a driver arrives to pick up a rider and finds an unaccompanied minor, the company encourages their drivers to cancel the trip and to note there was an unaccompanied minor.
It's not usually that these victims are being held against their will. They're being coerced into doing this.
Tony Thomas is with the Georgia FBI office. He says a vast majority of those who are human trafficked are females. 58% are white, 25% are black, and most are between 13 and 19 years old. Thomas says there are signs of trafficking you can look out for.
If you go into a hotel and you're seeing a young girl with an obviously older man and something just doesn't seem right, that needs to be reported. Poor living conditions. If you see somebody in your neighborhood in poor living conditions and they don't seem to speak for themselves, they're always letting one person speak everything for them. Frequent missing of events or frequent runaways. One thing we see a lot is if a teenager all of a sudden pops up with some nice gifts, some expensive electronics. That's usually a way that these criminals were used to coerce people into doing what they want by giving them gifts.
The FBI says there are 1,600 human trafficking cases open across the U.S. And the message they want you to hear:
if you see something, say something. There's a 1-800-CALL-FBI, tips.fbi.gov. You can do it online. Call local authorities. Call the state attorney general's office. Just notify authorities someplace.
Yeah, it makes sense. If you or someone you know needs help, you can call the National Human Trafficking Hotline. Number right there on your screen is 1-888-373-7888. You can also text 233-733.